White Sox.
Let me ask you a question, sir.
We have a question from Scott Ruggles.
Let me ask you this, sir. If you're going to choose the Sox, why is it not the Red Sox? How do they not even get in the top 5?
Well, you know, I needed an East representative, and I went with history. While the Red Sox had taken care of things lately, the Yankees won 1 out of every 4 years in the last 100 years. The polar opposite of what the Cubs are all about.
Now, if they were not in Chicago, would you have chosen the White Sox?
That's such an if that I can't even touch on it.
You're going to comment on history. Do you have any comment on the Black Sox?
Yes, I do. And while that's not a proud moment in their history, I'm proud of what this franchise has done throughout their time, especially with their 05 win. And while I'm proud to wear this jersey, I would love even more to wear that all-black White Sox jersey with the White Sox logo right there.
Mr. Kluck,
Chris Morrow.
will you ever be attending or go to any other Cubs game?
Yes. I will not be an anti-Cubs fan. I will most certainly root for the White Sox when they are playing the Cubs. If it came down to World Series time, here I am. You know, the Cubs are the Cubs, and I can't hate them. There is no hate here. I hope that's understood. No hate. I will cheer for the Cubs. I will attend games at Wrigley. For anyone who has never been to a game at Wrigley, you must do it. It's a great experience. And I will continue to encourage people to go to the Cubs games at Wrigley Field.
Mr. Kluck.
Yes.
2 questions for you, sir. Touching on the Black Sox scandal, would you wear a Shoeless Joe Jackson shirt in public?
It feels handed to me. Why not? But at the same time, old history.
Okay. Second question. Who came in second place in your 5-team race?
Honestly, there was no second place.
Okay.
It was kind of thought about it for a while, and after a while, just realized where my heart has been.
Mr. Clark,
Yes, John. Up front.
what are your feelings on the apparent language barrier between your manager and his players?
Oh. Would that be Ozzie Guillen?
I've seen several press conferences with that guy, and I personally can't understand a word he's saying.
Yeah. Well, you know, I can't say I've ever been upset with Ozzie. I like how he kind of gets in their faces, and being that I made this decision about 8 to 12 months ago, I've been keeping a close eye on those Sox. And make no mistake, had it been Cubs Sox this year, I would have been a Cubs fan through and through. That won't be the case. Up front, Dave.
One of our friends, Phil Shipman, his father went through the same thing, same switch. Did you consult with him before your switch?
I did not consult with Mr. Shipman, though, as a newfound Sox fan, I will be talking with him. I heard his reasons, and his reasons were, hey, before my time. I wasn't even born when he did very much the same thing, and the fact that he went Cubs to Sox was not why I went to Cubs to Sox. He was fed up. He got tired, and there was a trade, which I don't even know by memory what it was, but there was a trade that he was upset with, and that was enough for him. For me, I set a 5-year deadline. Today it happened. Yes, in the back.
Hypothetically, Game 7, Wrigley Field, Chicago White Sox against Chicago Cubs, can you honestly say you would be sitting there rooting for the White Sox?
Before today or after today?
Right now.
Oh, right now?
Hypothetically, 2009,
Yeah.
Game 7, Wrigley Field.
I'm showing up in this jersey. What a lot of people here in this LA studio might not realize is that while I might have just lost a lot of supporters, I just gained a bunch.
Mr. Clark, touching on that same thing, as far as you might have gained some new supporters, How do your family and your fellow former Cubs fans feel about you making the switch? Do you feel you are like the Benedict Arnold of your time?
Well,
Good question.
yeah, great question.
Thank you.
And we're gonna have to leave that up to them. I mean,
But how do you feel, sir? Do you feel they will label you as the Benedict Arnold, or do you feel they will support your decision?
the Cubs fans?
Just your family and your close friends who are Cubs fans back home.
Okay, the Cubs fans, yeah. They will be angry. I expect anger and resentment.
How do you deal with that, sir?
You deal with it like any Sox fan does. You got typical Cubs fans getting in your face, being loud, and you just remind them that they haven't won, and we have. It wasn't too long ago, just this past August, I was at home and was mentioning to my brother and his friends, who are all 6 to 7 years younger than me, and they're almost split down the middle, Cubs Sox, and I reminded them of what might happen and who my 5 teams were, and there I was in the heart of the Cubs Sox rivalry, and those Cubs fans said to me, whatever, if you're going to go ahead and do that, do whatever, but don't effing pick the White Sox.
If this was all about winning, why would you pick the Padres in the top 5?
Well, I had candidates for the reasons explained, and the Padres weren't a long-time winning organization, but I've had great times down in San Diego. I love that city. Great park, Petco, big thumbs up, great scene.
Okay.
They qualified. Chris?
The follow-up, Wrigley Field, classic, U.S. Cellular Field. Thoughts?
Well, as any true Sox fan, I still like to refer to it as Comiskey, or the new Comiskey. Can't blame a team for making a buck. It is known as the Cell to Cubs fans, but, it's our park. We're proud of it.
Follow-up, White Sox fans have a certain name they refer to Wrigley Field as. Will you join in using that nomenclature?
And which one are you referring to?
The biggest gay bar in Chicago.
No. Again, this isn't anti-Cub. This isn't hate on Cubs. It's simply end of an era. Time to move on. As I said, I will attend more games at Wrigley Field, and in certain cases, I'll go ahead and cheer for the Cubs. I'll say it right now, I'll cheer for the Cubs over Cardinals. I will never be a Cardinals fan.
Have you had any conversations with Lou or any of the other members of the Cubs as far as your decision?
No, I haven't. And if I am given that opportunity, I would like to. I'll sit down. In fact, tomorrow there might be a Sunday conversation, which won't be with Lou, but, we can discuss.
And a follow-up to that, how do you feel Ozzie will take, will Ozzie trust you? Or do you think he feels this is a hoax?
I would hope he doesn't think it's a hoax. I mean, it's something that I thought out there in great detail for a couple of years now. More than a couple, 4 or 5 years. And, like I said, the decision was made 8 to 12 months ago, not 5 years ago.
What thoughts do you have on the Rays-White Sox series that's going on right now?
Well, make no mistake, I've been rooting for them. Them being the White Sox. And it's heartbreaking to see them down 2-0 right now. But unlike the Cubs, at least they went down 2-0 on the road. So, tomorrow's a big day. And if my Chicago team goes to the World Series, maybe I'll just have to head back to Chicago after all.